What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. I'm on a roll tonight because of all of the excess nonsense that's running around. It's rampant. Yep, knocking on my door. I'm trying to sleep. Boom, boom, boom. Who is it? Nonsense. Turn on the TV. Hello. Nonsense here. Can you see me? Hello. Yeah, it's everywhere. And I just did a video, part 1, about all those that need to apologize to the Covington Catholic schoolboys. You would think by now, since all of the evidence have come out, that a lot of people would be retracting some of the hurtful things they said. But some people too dumb to recognize what to do and what not to do because they've committed to their narrative. They committed to pushing identity politics, and they cannot accept the fact that they passed the same type of judgment that they claim that the Trump supporters and these white boys were making. Yeah, they can't accept the fact that really, instead of pointing the finger, they should have been pointing the thumb. And so it's too much for them to swallow. It's like somebody who is always talking about somebody is greedy or somebody is you know what your problem is? You envious. That's what it is. You envious. But yet at the same time, you say something or do something, and in that moment you realize, wow, I'm pretty envious myself. When I saw that car pull up and my friend got out and said, "Look, girl, I got a new car," and I had a fake smile like, "Ooh, that's so nice." And in my mind, I was thinking, how she get that new car? I wanted a new car. I hope it just burn up. I hope she wreck it. All of that stuff. And then it hits you. Wow, I'm envious. But I can't accept that because I don't like looking on the inside and seeing my own stankiness. I want to point the finger and say, I'm not the problem, everybody else is the problem. So I'm going to hold on to my anger. I'm going to hold on to my, stinginess. I'm going to hold on to my jealousy. I'm going to hold on to whatever it is because I don't want to see that in myself. I don't want to accept it. Okay. Well, some of these reporters or some of these people, they did that too. I'm watching Tucker tonight and look what some of them said.
Attacks. Being woke means never having to say you're sorry. CNN political analyst Kirsten Powers now says the boys are guilty of, quote, disrespecting an indigenous elder. That elder would be Nathan Phillips, the man with the now famous drum. There is growing evidence tonight that Phillips concocted key elements of his story as well as parts of his own biography, and that he's done it before. The press isn't rushing to find out. Kirsten Powers doesn't seem to care one way or the other.
Right.
Nor did she explain how precisely the boys disrespected Phillips. Identity politics doesn't concern itself with details like these. It's not about individuals or what actually happened to specific people on a given day. Identity politics is a set of moral judgments about groups. Some groups are always right, no matter what the tape shows.
Yeah.
Laura Wagner didn't even bother to look at the tape.
So wait a minute. So this lady, you would think this is a great time to start to peel back, to maybe pull the parachute. The evidence came in. You see the heat coming. All right. Remember Robert De Niro in the movie Heat? Never get attached to anything that you cannot walk away from in 5 seconds flat if you feel the heat coming around the corner. So now this woman feels the heat, but she decides, no, I'm gonna stick in there. Yeah, and says some dumb stuff like, well, the boys were still guilty for disrespecting the elder, but nobody challenged her. How did he do that? How did they do that? What's your interpretation of disrespect? And the fact that the elder, Tucker was kind when he said all the details maybe weren't accurate. The man lied. Okay, I saw his interview. He flat out just lied. He embellished so much to create this narrative without thinking that maybe there's other video footage out there too that's going to really paint the real picture. So the man lied so he can become a hero, a folk hero to all the people. Look at the wise Native American man who is so deep and willing to sacrifice himself by putting himself in the danger just to show that we all need to come and get along and blah, blah. Maybe I might get a book out of this. Maybe I might get a book. Who knows? I might get a book. So now this guy does all of that, and this reporter, who now the evidence is in, still said what she said, like Alyssa Milano. Once that's all came out, she couldn't say, I stuck my foot in my mouth. I'm sorry that I said all these horrible things about the boys. But instead, well, you know what? They're still guilty for even being there to protest against abortions. Not all right now, I guess. We're not allowed to protest against anything that Melissa Milano believes in. Wow. Sounds like the America I know. But anyway, let's see what the other lady had to say.
Wagner is a reporter at Deadspin, that used to be a sports site before the revolution began. In an article last night, Wagner described the boys' behavior at the Lincoln Memorial as, quote, a racially charged frenzy of barely contained violence that was committed by a, quote, frothing mass of MAGA youth, frenzied and yelling and out of control. She went on like this, paragraph after paragraph, and of course anyone who disagrees with that assessment is a racist. Keep in mind as you read that...
Now, where do I even begin with that? Both of these people that he just mentioned needs to call up all of those boys and apologize. We'll be waiting. I'm not even down there with the boys. I used to live down close to Covington. All right, so I feel the pain. All right, I feel. I was a Catholic school football player. Went to Catholic school. We were typical 16-year-old boys, but we weren't out there just straight attacking people, disrespecting people, and things of that nature. And these boys right here, out there minding their business, and all of this heat comes down on them, and these horrible things are said about them, and the adults don't have the guts enough to recognize that maybe we were wrong. Kind of like parents, I guess what? Well, I'm right even when I'm wrong, Well, in this case, they need to eat it. They need to say, you know what, we're sorry. But instead you got idiots like this who tries to double down by saying it was a frenzy. Now, everything this woman just said that Tucker was reading off was a complete lie. It's one thing to least reference some things that are partly true or embellish on something that did happen, make it seem bigger than it was, versus completely make up stuff. None of what she just described was seen in any of the video footage. And yet she did not say, let me retract that. Let me apologize for it. No, this was, matter of fact, she wrote this last night after all the evidence came out. So I just don't understand. Who are these people working for? Nobody is holding them accountable. So I guess now in America, you could just make up stuff about people that can ruin their lives, even children, to paint a narrative and to push your political agenda, your social agenda, and no accountability. Do you see now how important the media is and how important it is that they are non-biased, fair? Because, see, you've given them a platform to get the word out and influence thought. What happens if that power is in the hands of the wrong people? So should we give superpowers to evil, wicked people, Jeffrey Dahmer, Attila the Hun, Hitler? You give superpowers to a person like that, they abuse it. They destroy lives. They become reckless. Well, people in the media who says things like this and pass these type of judgments, we have given them that power and they abuse it. And so when Trump says that the fake news is the enemy of the people, how can you even dispute that? Look at what it has done to these young men's lives. And you're telling me that was all done by the media. It would have never blew up as big. It would have never created this image in the minds of all the viewers for the first day or so that the footage was out, because it was fueled, motivated, and pushed by the media. And they weren't really going after the boys. They're really going after Donald Trump. But the boys were a catalyst to that. And they stuck their foots in their mouths, and all of the rest of the people who they drug along with them did the same thing. Whoop, 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 whoop. And now they can't apologize. Some of them, they can't humble themselves and say, my fault. Because now, if I do that, the next Trump-hating article that I come out with, people might not believe it. So I got to hang on to my Trump haters, my haterism. Yeah, I can't just confess that, everything I do is motivated by hating Donald Trump, whether it's accurate or not. Yeah, that's what it's motivated by. Anyway, God bless you. Find me every Wednesday night, 7:30, live in Kevin's Corner on YouTube and on my live radio blog talk show. The link is in the bottom of this video. Check out Extreme Tees, my sponsor. Click on the link in the bottom of this video, Extreme Tees, and you can find all their gear. Put my name in, Kevin, in the promo area, and you'll get 20% off. Also, you can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's a link in the bottom. And don't forget to hit like, share, the notification button, and subscribe. And we will see you next time in Kevin's Corner.